The doorbell camera caught everything. A man dragging something heavy wrapped in fabric across the pavement at 4 a.m., struggling as he pulled it toward his car. Inside that bundle was his wife. Camila Vargas had come to the United States from Peru chasing a dream shared by millions, to build a better life for her family. At 33, she'd become exactly what she wanted to be, a devoted mother to 3 little boys, ages 9, 6, and 4. She lived in Lancaster, California, and those who knew her described her as pure kindness, a woman who gave more love than she ever received. But behind that bright smile, Camila was hiding something dark. Her husband, 36-year-old Raul Vargas, wasn't the charming man people thought he was. Behind closed doors, he was abusive, controlling, and violent. Camila's mother, Teresa Moreno, who still lived in Peru, later revealed that the abuse had started years before, even back home. She told me he hit her, Teresa said, and once he even slapped my youngest grandson. For years, Camila endured it, the fear, the manipulation, the constant threats. Raul warned her that if she ever left, he'd take the kids and disappear. Her friends watched helplessly as she wrestled with an impossible choice, stay and suffer, or leave and risk losing everything. By the summer of 2025, something inside her broke. The fear turned into resolve. She decided to end the marriage and protect her boys, no matter the cost. On August 9th, she told her parents over the phone that she was filing for divorce and reporting Raul's abuse to the police. That conversation would be the last time they ever heard her voice. Inside their small Lancaster apartment, tension had reached a boiling point. Raul knew she was leaving, and for a man obsessed with control, that was unacceptable. Neighbors recalled how she'd seemed anxious in those final days. One friend said through tears, "We tried to get her out. She was so scared." On the night of August 10th, something horrific happened. Prosecutors later said Raul killed Camila inside their apartment using a knife. Their 3 sons were just a few rooms away. Hours later, surveillance footage captured Raul dragging a large, fabric-wrapped object across the complex parking lot. It was around 4 a.m. He loaded the bundle into the trunk of the family car, the same bundle that contained Camila's body. That night, he drove nearly an hour north to the Angeles National Forest, a remote, rugged stretch of wilderness. There, in the darkness, he dumped her body down an embankment, leaving her among the rocks and brush before returning home as if nothing had happened. 2 days later, Camila's friends reported her missing. They knew something was wrong. She never went silent, especially when it came to her kids. When deputies arrived at the apartment, Raul spun lie after lie. First, he claimed immigration agents had taken her. Then, that she'd left with another man. Later, that she'd had an accident. Nothing matched. Detectives immediately suspected foul play. They pulled surveillance footage from nearby homes, and that's when they saw it, Raul dragging the bundle toward his car. The case instantly turned from a missing person report to a homicide investigation. Search teams scoured the Angeles National Forest. It covers over 700,000 acres. The odds of finding a single body were slim. But on August 16th, rescuers spotted fabric along a steep embankment. Inside it was Camila Vargas. The evidence was overwhelming. The fabric matched what was seen on camera. Her body confirmed what everyone feared: she had been brutally murdered and discarded by the man she once trusted. That same day, investigators learned Raul had fled the country, taking his 3 sons with him to Peru. The children were found safe and placed under protective custody. Their mother was gone. Their father was a fugitive. The Lancaster community was heartbroken. Candlelight vigils were held outside City Hall, with signs reading "Justice for Camila" and "Not one more." Back in South America, authorities began closing in. Raul was detained briefly in Mexico and again in Peru, but each time, he was released because formal charges hadn't yet been filed in the U.S. That changed a few days later. The Los Angeles County District Attorney charged Raul Vargas with murder and the use of a deadly weapon. An Interpol red notice was issued, marking him as wanted worldwide. For nearly 2 weeks, he hid in Peru. But on August 27, 2025, he finally surrendered at Interpol headquarters in Lima. In a video released by Peruvian police, he stood handcuffed, expressionless, flanked by officers. The extradition process could take months, but Raul Vargas will remain in custody until he's returned to California to face justice for the brutal killing of the woman who once called him her husband. Camila Vargas's story is a heartbreaking reminder that behind too many closed doors, victims suffer in silence. She tried to protect her children. She tried to leave. And even in death, her courage pushed an entire community to demand that no woman should ever have to live, or die, in fear. You've been watching Echoes of Betrayal, where every secret leaves a scar. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you never miss the next story that still echoes in the dark.